Grand Rising, great afternoon, good evening, and sweet tonight, lovelies. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be reading. It's a download that I got last night, and as soon as I woke up, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, like once I got done logging all of this, yeah, it was so much. I was like, okay, I gotta tell this immediately. The reason why I'm looking into, I got two different screens right here, okay? So, anyway, but I'm be looking right here mainly. So this is a specific ancestral message for Jonah Logan. Now, how they were pronouncing it. So this is an ancestor that one of your ancestors came to me, and how they were pronouncing the name was Jonah. But throughout the message, like throughout the conversation I was having with this ancestor, they were they were referring to you as John. So maybe your whole name is Jonah, spelled Jonah, is how they spell it, or Jonas, and it's just the S is pronounced as a H. Um, oh, that's your middle name. But I also got the last name spelled Loigan. Now, it could be Logan, but I'm feeling like there's like y'all speak a different language, and like the I is silent type thing. Like it's some kind of like y'all from a different type of like background. Okay. From what I'm used to, because I'm in the US right now, so I don't know what country you may be in, but I'm feeling like there's some type of like there was there was there was some type of differentiation between my culture and your culture, and that's why the spelling was different. So how it's pronounced is Jonah Logan. Okay, that's how. But you go by John. All right, so that's clear there. You go by John. This is the ancestor message going to John. All right, you go by John, or people call you John, or your family close. You know, everybody goes call you Jonah, but you mostly go by John. Okay, so the another thing was that was made clear was I was like, is this an ancestor from the family, or is this you to you? And I was like, who is this message from? You know, I was looking to see who is this ancestor, and it's you. So it's either your future self or your past self giving you a message, reminding you. Now, we're not talking past self like in this lifetime. If it's a past self, because they wouldn't be clear about it. And usually in the spirit, they're not very clear of like timelines unless it's significant. And it wasn't exactly significant. For this, it was mostly the message was to remind you and to kind of warn you in a way. Okay. So this here is actually you. You reminding you it's your, like I said, your past or your future self. Okay, your ancestor, you. And so the way it's referring to itself, it's gonna sound like it's in third person, but it's you. Get that in, okay? Remember, as I'm talking, it's Jonah, John, speaking to yourself. And the reason why I'm sharing this on a platform, I don't know you personally, so you're going to come across this video and it's specifically for you. But the things that are mentioned in this message, they didn't mind sharing it with it, because this is message specifically for you, but is meant also for the whole collective, the world in itself. So this is why I was like, ooh, shit. Okay. So the message was, I came to this world to destroy. There's not much left to do but to destroy Earth, tear up the world we live in. But humans have done so much on their own. My mission became non existent. I traveled looking for another mission. The descendants wouldn't let me fall. They always catch, they're always watching. My bad. Let me repeat that. The descendants wouldn't let me fall. They're always watching. If they catch you, which they will, sleeping, they stunt you. Stunt is a copy, a coy, that represents you as you sleep. Don't complete the mission, the coy will. Don't make the decision, the coy will. Your coy will. Let me repeat that, okay? I want to be specific of the words because how they worded was very specific, okay? Don't complete the mission, your coy will. Don't make that decision, your coy will. Change your mind at the last minute, your coy won't. Everyone has a coy. They are only available out when you sleep, metaphorically and literally. Now, this is an end note that I put that said, I noticed when I ended that sentence, when I heard it, I ended that and I put 5:55 a.m. because that's what time it was, 5:55 a.m. And I said 5:55 a.m. grand rising, birds chirping outside, because that's exactly what I heard as soon as I had text grand rising. I heard the birds just chirping, going off, and they coming back outside because we just had a little storm right now. So literally that's what they're doing right now too, chirping outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that because they're like right outside the window. There's a tree right there. So but no, and then so as after I said birds chirping outside, that was the end of me talking, and then I asked, did you have more to say? Went on to say, life is beautiful. Enjoy it, John. You have a beautiful life, beautiful wife, and amazing teeth. Take a test drive in that new car. And I think that's very specific. That's what he wanted to give, kind of like a very specific message to you. So he said, life is beautiful. Enjoy it, John. You have a beautiful life, beautiful wife, and amazing teeth. Take a test drive in that new car. And then I logged again because he kind of took a break from talking. I didn't hear anymore. And I logged and said, I'm reminded to log what I saw before I began to type. And so it was a top of a triangle with like, it was just the top of a triangle with two small slanted, not quite the same line, but right under the corner one. And so I said, see pic, I drew below, and I drew a picture I'm about to show you guys. But then I heard the words captured under the light. Then I got a feeling of a camera being significant and an outside street light. So I'm not sure like exactly, but what I saw literally was, y'all know the outside street lights in the neighborhoods. There's these tall street lights, and they shining down, on the street below. That's where I saw, but I also had a feeling like somebody carrying a camera, right? So whatever significance that is, very random, but that's what I saw after I heard that. Okay, capture under the light. That's what I heard and saw. Okay, now this is what I This right here. Okay. So I just zoomed in. Can you see it? Can you see it? You see it? Oh, you can see it better on this camera. Can't really. Can you, yeah, you can see it better on this camera. Can you see it? Yeah. Some, like, I did it in yellow, but you can kind of see it. So basically, it looks, when I drew it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, because when I saw it, it was like, this is like the top of a triangle, right? Or let me do this way, because triangle, right? This triangle. This is just the top of it. So it was like this, kind of like slanted like that. And then the curve, there were two curves, like, kind of under it, beside it, but they were smaller. And so I'm like, that's what I saw, literally. Okay, so get this. And I said, now that I draw it out, it looks like an arrow. It's pointing to the right. And for me at that time, when I was typing, I said, there's a dresser mirror over there. And I was like, so I'm not sure what significance that is, but the dresser mirror. Okay, that's what it was pointing to. And again, that's after I heard captured under the light and then saw a, a, a I saw a street light and I had the feeling of holding a camera. And then, at the same time, captured under the light. And then after that, right after that, seeing the whole vision. Okay, so now that I drew it out, I thought I said it looked like a arrow and it's pointing to the right. The only thing over there significant I think of at that time was a dresser mirror. Okay, so then after that, I asked again and I said, is there anything else you would like to, you know, relay, any more messages? And I didn't hear anything at first. And it wasn't that I wasn't hearing anything, it was more I was feeling. And it was a feeling of reassurance. Like it was kind of like pacing back and forth. Like like needing reassurance and kind of pacing back and forth. So it gave me the feeling of as if like you're needing to really listen because they're not sure if you're going to receive this message. Um, so that's why I really want to make sure I get it out as quickly as possible too, because it's an urgency with this, and that's not I'm not kidding. Like there's an urgency with this message, for whatever reason. And again, like it's very specific with the details. So like once you hear it, you're gonna know. I feel like what the captured under the light means. I feel like you probably saw something and that's where they're kind of warning you about. So they like take heed, type thing. But you know, like you only did the details resonate with you. But there's more here. Okay, so let me go on. So after I asked, is there more? Would you have more? Is there more messages you would like to relay? And again, I got that feeling. And then John says, Jonah, pray more. There's a mass coming up. Be there. Or your koi will. This is your life, though. Take care of it. Take it. Then it got really like Oh shit. Then it says Lisa and Frank. But when I wrote Lisa and Frank, then they switched and said Liza and Frank. And I tried to correct the spelling and I was like, oh, it's supposed to be pronounced Liza. And when I tried to correct the spelling, they said no. It's spelled Lisa. That's why it said that's why John said Lisa at first, because that's how it's spelled, but it's pronounced Liza. So you know who that is. Liza and Frank are skinwalkers. They don't exist. Be not wary, be aware. That is all. And when it said that is all, I was like, you sure that's it? It was like, so when I said, you sure that's it? I said, that is all. This is what this said. This is the last message, y'all. It said Frank's a dick. Oh, hold on. If a if someone under that age watches this, I'm black that out. Let me edit it. I'm gonna say male reproductive part. Frank's a male reproductive part. Yeah. Yeah. According to John. Okay, this is the ancestor budget, literally, like, and he's a skinwalker, and that's probably why, and he's a skinwalker, so that's most likely probably why he's a dick, and why y'all think he's a dick is because he's really a skinwalker, okay? And the two of them don't exist, Liza and Frank, so they don't truly exist. You ask about them, ask around about them, it's not much you're gonna find, especially after I hear the year 2012, 2020. Yeah, no, they don't exist. They never did. Yeah. And my phone's doing something crazy over there. But yeah, so that is all. After that, after it said Frank Sadek, that is all. Thank you. That was it. That was it. After being thanked, that was it. So yeah, that's the message. I'm not gonna add to that. Uh it's your interpretation, how you hear it, how you see it. I'm just as surprised as you are. I'm not gonna lie. It shocked me a little bit because that ending, I've never had an ancestor message where they were very bold enough to like literally call out somebody by name and say, yeah, they're not real. Like through an ancestor message, no. Like downloads, yes, but ancestor message, your ancestor is straight up telling you that person. Now, whether you know them now or you're going to be introduced to them, just know. Just be aware. Like you made it sure. Be aware, not weary. Don't be weary. Be aware. Okay. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful message. Take heed, take it to heart. That is all. I'm not going to add anything to it. Again, if you want contact me, the information is in the description below. Also, you can hit me up on Instagram, Chosen Intuition on Instagram. Y'all, this right here. Okay. Y'all heard it? I don't know if you heard it, but yeah, it got deep. It got deep, y'all. I mean, I could not go back to sleep after that. I did eventually went back to sleep, but it was like a whole hour later because I was just like, Whew, how do I sit with that? But I knew it wasn't for me. So I think that kind of like helped me rest a little bit, but not really, because it has to do with the whole world, really, because it's not everybody. But anyway, yeah, it's not everybody has a koi. I mean, we knew that, right? Because they talk about the doppelgangers, but they're not called doppelgangers. Like how they refer to them as koi. Anyway, so yeah, let the messages sit in, let it marinate. Uh, take heed. You can take what resonates. Then don't take it, because the same for everybody. To take heed to. Uh, yeah. If it does resonate, and it if your name is Jonah or Jonas, Logan, this is for you. All right. Love you, lovelies. Have a grand rising, great afternoon, good evening, and sweet night. Love you, lovelies.